What is up, guys? Zan from the Zan Madden YouTube channel, and in today's video I'm going to help with one of the bigger pain points of Madden 24, which is why your defensive adjustments freeze when your opponents flip or audible their offensive formation. Now, this has been one of the bigger pain points in Madden 24 this year, as I've mentioned, and the biggest and arguably the most common offensive scheme that causes this issue is going to be the New York Jets offense. Now, this isn't just the New York Jets offense. I just want to be clear up front. This is actually something that occurs no matter what when you flip a formation or audible from one formation to another. It's just that the Jets tour, if you will, is probably the most common offense that you experience this issue. It occurs when your opponent's audible from like bunch to bunch strong, or bunch tight end to bunch, or trips tight end to bunch strong. Basically, anytime your opponent flips, this is an issue. So this is actually a tip that is sponsored by GridironGamePlans.gg. I just put out a major vault update yesterday on December the 11th. 5 videos. One of those videos is the tip I'm breaking down right here. But if you guys are struggling with trips tight end, for instance, I put out a brand new coverage for that. I've also talked about beating the deep out knockout meta on the sideline because a lot of people are struggling to attack that particular meta. Make sure you guys go check that out. I'm going to show you guys how to bring more fumbles into your defense without using abilities. And there's so many other vault tips. Go check it out. We've got well over 140 vault tips at this point, 9 offensive and defensive game plans, and you guys can unlock members only Discord access where we have lab sessions every week inside the Discord for $9.95. So here we are on the defensive side of the ball. Let's put ourselves in a scenario in a game. Our opponent comes out in the bunch offense and we feel comfortable with whatever coverage we're in. Notice right here, we're base aligned. We've got those corners that are pressed up. A lot of players are going to put deep out KO on both of their outside corners to help them defend those crossers and corner routes, anything really that attacks the sidelines, and you feel really good about things. But then all of a sudden your opponent audibles into a different formation. This particular audible right here is very common. This is the bunch to bunch strong audible. And now all of a sudden you want to make some coverage adjustments. Maybe all of a sudden you don't feel comfortable with that baseline press corner on the outside. You want to go ahead and back him up. And you notice that when I go to do the individual coverage adjustments, I'm hitting that back up. My outside corner on the right is not backing up.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
If I wanted to back up the corner on the left, again, you're seeing that all these commands are not working. This is a big deal, especially if you guys play zone drops. As you guys know, zone drops cannot play without being backed up. So even if I have a 30-yard zone here, if my opponent is running any type of deep corner route, it's going to get over the top of a 30 because it is pressed, and pressed zones don't really do that. So while I airmailed that throw, that's a dangerous throw because, again, that guy needs to be backed up. And conversely, there's going to be formations where your opponent might audible from one formation to another where all of a sudden you do want to play press. So here's another example where our opponent is on the short side with their bunch. We want to run our zone drops, yada, yada. We've got this Mabel set up. But then they decide that they want to audible into maybe something like bunch tight end or trips tight end, or something where all of a sudden they've got a bunch of receivers over to the left side. Maybe we have a deep out KO over here on this player Jacobs, and we want to say, you know what, let's press him because I want to make sure that I can be able to peel back and defend that corner out to that inside receiver on the trip. So we go to individually press and the guy won't move down. Again, you're seeing that all of these examples involve an audible or a flip of some sort, and it freezes your coverage adjustments. Now here is the fix. But before the fix, if you guys could do me a favor, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, drop a comment below to help push this video out in the YouTube algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. I know this is a video or a topic that a lot of players struggle with, and I would appreciate it if you guys could maybe help me push it out to other people looking for the solves for this. So the issue is base align. If you play on auto alignment set to base, as so many players do in the competitive space, this is going to cause your lockups. So I'm going to turn this back to default, and I want you guys to take notice of what occurs here. Let's say that I decide to play this coverage. All of a sudden, my opponent audibles. They've audibled a bunch strong, and I want to have that deep out KO on the outside pressed up. Notice how when I bring up the individual coverage and I hit the press, it responds. And I can go ahead and do this as much as I want or as little as I want. I can individually go back and forth and, you know, press and bail these guys as much as I want. It's not an issue. Doesn't lock up. And this is going to be a big deal because obviously now, if our opponent were to quick snap that corner route that we know is coming, our guy could be in that backed up zone drop to be able to handle that. And of course, if we're stuck in a press alignment or vice versa, maybe we want to go from an off alignment into a press alignment and we're on baseline, that's going to be an issue. Now, let me prove it to you further. We're not on baseline, but now I'm going to hit Y right, and we are on baseline. Our opponent audibles. Let's say now all of a sudden I'm like, oh shoot, I want to press down on that X corner. Again, you're seeing that no matter how many times I do this, it is not moving anybody. And I could do the same with the B. But if I unbase align, notice how those guys walk down and those missed assignments all of a sudden take shape. Now, all of a sudden, I can just go ahead and rebase align and I'm good. If you guys ever struggle with your coverage adjustments hanging up, all you have to do is go ahead and basically base align twice. Let's say that we're base aligned and we're pressed. Now, all of a sudden, our opponents do the flip trick and they want to audible, and now all of a sudden I want to back up X and I can't. All I have to do is base align and it backs him up, and then I can base align again and it puts him back out in that assignment. This is a big deal, a big deal. So if you are facing somebody out there that routinely breaks the huddle and instantly audibles into something else, anything else, for the purpose of basically locking up your coverage, simply put in the adjustments you would put in and then base align twice real quick, and it's gonna fix it altogether, completely, altogether. You won't have to worry about your guys locking up. Major find. Appreciate you guys checking out the video. If you guys liked it, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, drop those below. Be sure to join Gridiron Game Plans. This was a vault tip. I wanted to bring it to you guys for free. I think it's a great tip that I can put out on YouTube that kind of just gives you a peek into how to get around pain points in this game. That's what our vault is about on the website. If you guys want full offensive and defensive game plans, I've got that for you as well. Got something for everybody on the website. And make sure you guys join the best community in the tip space. The Gridiron Game Plans Discord is always full of players willing to help you guys out, lab partners, and of course those lab sessions. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, this is Zan. Get the lab in. Good luck.